Right now, you can cross an ocean faster than the sun sets. We travel at 600 miles per hour without moving a muscle. Today, movement is invisible. But for 99% of human history, the speed limit of our species was exactly 3 miles per hour. In his book, The Story of the Human Body, Harvard evolutionary biologist Daniel Lieberman reveals a harsh truth. Biologically, we are terribly slow. A cheetah sprints at 70 miles per hour. A horse can hold 30. If you try to sprint, you exhaust yourself in seconds. But speed was never our weapon. Our superpower is our terrifying, relentless endurance. We were built to walk until the world ended. Thanks to spring-like foot arches and millions of cooling sweat glands, our ancestors could walk 20 miles a day, every single day. This biological engine allowed early humans to literally walk out of Africa, crossing brutal deserts and ice bridges into entirely unknown worlds. They didn't just wander aimlessly. They walked thousands of miles specifically to trade resources and connect with distant tribes. But walking has a critical weakness. It only works on solid ground. For thousands of years, a deep river was an impenetrable wall. To a terrestrial ape, the ocean is a death sentence. But human ingenuity refused to be stopped by the water. Around 800,000 years ago, tools appeared on the Indonesian island of Flores, an island that was never connected to land. That means someone built a craft that could float and deliberately cross 12 miles of open, dangerous ocean. This culminated with the Polynesians. As detailed in the book Sea People, they conquered the massive Pacific Ocean without a single map. They read the stars, the flight paths of birds, and the ocean swells to navigate thousands of miles to unseen islands. The human spine is an engineering marvel, but it is a terrible cargo crane. Carry more than 60 pounds and you break down. We wanted to move massive resources, so we had to cheat. We started dragging our cargo on animal hides. Then, we invented the travois. By tying 2 long poles together in a V shape, we dispersed the weight and doubled our cargo capacity. But dragging wood is exhausting. If we wanted to transport an empire's worth of goods, we needed to outsource the muscle. Around 15,000 years ago, we forged our first alliance. We domesticated wolves into dogs and immediately put them to work. A team of dogs could pull a family's entire camp across the harsh Arctic snow, but we needed something much bigger. In his book, The Horse, the Wheel, and Language, David Anthony pinpoints a moment that completely shattered human geography. 5,000 years ago, on the Eurasian steppes, a human climbed onto the back of a horse. Our top speed went from 4 to 30. This wasn't just an upgrade, it was a revolution. The world instantly became 8 times smaller. Messages moved faster, trade routes stretched across continents. Warfare changed forever, as armies on horseback could strike without warning. Llamas carried silver over the Andes. Camels defeated the Sahara. We hijacked the biology of animals to carry the weight of civilization. But here's the most bizarre fact in the history of transportation. We achieved all of this before inventing the wheel. We sailed across oceans and tamed wild stallions long before it occurred to us to turn a potter's spinning clay disc on its side. The oldest known wheels were solid, heavy blocks of wood. They cracked easily and were practically useless in deep mud. It took another 1,000 years of engineering to carve out the heavy wood, creating the spoked wheel, light, fast, and durable. Pair the spoked wheel with a paved road and a strong horse, and you finally have the infrastructure to build a global empire. Every single step of this journey took thousands of years of trial, error, and brutal survival. Today, you tap a piece of glass in your pocket, summon a 2-ton metal carriage, and get irritated if it takes 5 minutes. We have engineered the friction out of reality. We solved the problem of distance so effectively, we forgot it ever existed. But every highway, every runway, and every supply chain on Earth owes its existence to one ancient, defiant act. A liquid-cooled ape, completely vulnerable, looking out at an impossible horizon and deciding to take a step. They didn't know where they were going, but they knew that staying still meant death. And that relentless need to keep moving is the most human thing in the world.